Hello everyone, Hachadino over here, and as you always know, you can like my videos if you enjoy them, or check the cats in the sides for that sweet subscribe button. Of course, you can also check the sheet, remember it's always on the description, and has all the videos and things that you may want to check as a subtletly rogue, or as a rogue in general sometimes, because I will also do the dungeons and bosses things. I will first do subtlety and then all the other specs. Let's begin with this video. This video will be about Mythic Tindral. You know, this is one of the hardest bosses that has been around for a while. It has been already nerfed in the last mini thing that they did, but it has different mechanics on Heroic. As you can see, on Heroic is kind of a neutral fight. You have been seeing, of course, Outlaw, Assassination, and Subtlety all doing kind of fine because the mass entanglement is not a huge mechanic on Heroic. But when we change to Mythic, mass entanglement is kind of dangerous. You want it to die as soon as possible, and also you need classes that are uncapped. One thing that I will say, Outlaw and Assassination are not bad specs on this fight. As you can see from Liquid, they are playing Assassination rogues, and Echo has opted for Subtlety because of different things. These are, of course, conjectures. We haven't asked them directly. We don't expect them to tell us why they are using that strategy, at least until they kill the boss, of course. But at least from my experience as a veteran Solitude Rogue player, I can tell you because of the way the spec works and because of invigorating Shadow Dust and the way our cooldowns get reset and the downtime that we have while we fly and other things. Solitude is quite of a good spec. I'm going to talk mainly about that because let's say the normal now is Assassination, a really strong spec. If it has Power Infusion, even stronger. One of the strongest cooldowns now with Deathmark and Kingsbane into Chaotic Spatter. It does a lot of damage, but it does a lot of damage to some targets. You need all of them to die, every single one. So you also don't want to lose much single target damage. This is where Tornado comes in with Invigorating Shadow Dust. With Tornado and Invigorating Shadow Dust, you have a Tornado for every single set of roots that is in the fight. What does it mean? You don't need a big cooldown, you don't need flagellation, you don't need shadow blades, you don't need anything. You will just be, of course, inside of Shadow Dance and with Tornado. Those 4 seconds are, in our case, because of the way Shadowcraft works, mainly, we are going to get around 5 to 6 finishers worth of power in 6 seconds. Of course, as you know, with Dance Macabre and Dark Shadow and Night Stalker and everything, we have a lot of damage. There may be rogues that will opt also for 2 unjuices because this way you can keep changing between them in minutes and minutes. And you also have Blades and Flagellation for many of the roots, and also with the branch and Ashes of the Ember Soul, or in the case, sometimes you also may want to use Mirror or Fracture Tomorrows instead of Branch, because as you know, if you get rooted, you also want to save Cloak for clearing seeds. Now we go to the next part that I just talked about. There's also a mythic mechanic with the dive bombers, so if you are looking at the details that you see on the screen of those players, the rogues or other people that get the dive bombers maybe doing more damage than you see really that they are doing with their spells. You don't think that rogues OP or anything. It's not like it just does decent damage, nothing super crazy. But we have utility in different talents. One of these talents is Fade to Nothing. You get extra movement speed when you are in Vanish, gaining stealth or shadow dance. That means that if you have used a shadow dance in the last 8 seconds, gained stealth or used vanish, you get that 20% move speed. You have other 20% move speed. That's already 40% baseline that you will have. And then you have 1 minute sprint because of improved sprint that lasts 4 seconds longer and is 30% faster. That also means, of course, that you have your sprint giving you 100% move speed for 12 seconds. That when you use Vanish, it gets made into a 30 seconds sprint. What does that mean also? What are roots and seeds going how often? 30 seconds. So it's likely that at least maybe for DPS purposes you are not using a Vanish there, but you could clean a lot of seeds with that. Keep in mind also that Cloak of Shadows is a 2-minute cooldown baseline, but with Shadow Dust, you also get 30 seconds reduced on it. You have it for one round of seeds each between each flying phases, even if you use dust or not. Likely. So that doesn't influence that much. You have also the mass blind with blackjack for the little trend boys, but no one cares about those. They die so fast, no one even see them. And that is kind of why you may want to play sub. Of course, there's also one other thing that may be important for many players. When you have the forset, no, this is not the one that they're going to play because it's more AoE thingy. You can play with acrobatic strikes. Acrobatic strikes, 3 yards more. Remember, really strong, really useful, and in that fight you will enjoy being able to hit the Moon King while he's near those mushrooms or everything that is coming from the sky and all of those things. So that was all I wanted to say. That was our thinkings, let's say, what they are using sub. Of course, remember never saying assassination or outlaw are words, just sub has utility and also ways to do damage that top guilds may take into account. Bye bye.